Welcome back to Serenity Soul. I am your host, me, and I want to pick up right where I left off at in episode 5, where I was showcasing some of the podcasts I've released over the last 6 years. For those who don't know, on July 1st, I'll be deactivating my Podomatic page and all the music on that site will be gone. So today, I would like to discuss 4 new playlists and give everybody an insight on some of the inspirations, the backstory, or things that were going on in my life or things that were going on inside my head that helped me create those playlists. And I'm also hoping that maybe it might catch your attention and you can go over to the Podomatic site, take a look, take a listen, possibly download an episode. So, without further ado, let's get to the music. Still on my brain was a concept that I came up with where I wanted to really pay homage to like the 80s and the early 90s, but I didn't want to do R&B. I didn't want to focus on the traditional R&B stuff. I wanted to do something dedicated to the genres that kind of cross over into the pop and the pop back into the R&B world. So, people like George Michael and Michael Jackson, I thought that this was one of those opportunities where I could show my versatility, but also highlight artists from the 80s that had versatility as well, because folks like Michael, who started off on Motown, as they grew in popularity, we realized that we couldn't really box them in. And Prince was another one. You couldn't really box him in into a genre. And not only did I want to highlight these versatile artists, but I also wanted to highlight a certain era in my life where music kind of touched me differently. At least I knew, at that point I knew that I was connected to music different than other people, or maybe I was just aware of my connection. So back in the 80s, we would have music that would come out, and the ballads back then would really, really touch you, almost to the point of crying. And I was, I probably was about 6, 7 years old when most of these songs came out, and I have no clue, or I didn't have a really good grasp of what these songs were about. But for whatever reason, they made me sad. And so I thought that it would be great to put a playlist together of a bunch of songs that just are really heartfelt and showcase some versatility, showcase what music used to sound like. When you would hear somebody talk about love or heartache, or when you heard somebody just really pour their heart out in a song, and anybody can enjoy it. It wasn't just meant for this group. It wasn't meant for this era or this demographic. It was everybody really got into that music. So that was where I was headed with this one. So as mentioned before, George Michael was one of the inspirations for this. Michael Jackson, Prince was an inspiration for this. Terrence Trent D'Arby, who came and went, and we will always remember him for Wishing Well and Sign My Name. Those are the type of artists that I decided to bring to this track. Simply Red is another one of those artists, or groups I should say, that cross boundaries, and a few others. So again, head over to Podomatic if any of these songs resonate with you. Take a look, take a listen, enjoy the music. In episode 5, I talked about Good Morning being this unique playlist where I wasn't really focused on love or any type of emotions. It was basically me creating a playlist to start your day off with. And what ended up happening is, as I got better at and more confident at making these playlists, I was getting more comfortable exploring new artists, or just overall making a better product. And I wanted to go back to that same vibe I had in Good Morning and start with another playlist that would also be used for first thing in the morning. Now, I have a bunch of people who followed me since 2011 who will always say and stand firm on Good Morning is the best. Good Morning is a pivotal podcast because for whatever reason, it just showed some maturity and some growth in the sound and in the vibe, and just overall, the whole podcast took on a new life of its own. But with Angel, I felt I could do better. So you'll have a bunch of people out there who say, oh, no, Angel's not better than Good Morning. I definitely say go out, listen to Angel, listen to Good Morning. You tell me which one you think is the best. I preferably think that Angel is better production-wise. I think Good Morning is good in its own right because it came first. But Angel definitely did show my growth and my experience with making podcasts. So what ended up happening with Angel was, along with the platform or the foundation of redoing Good Morning, I wanted to showcase some new people that I had just heard of or albums I had just bought. I bought a King Brit compilation. It was called Hyatt Parkway Chicago or something like that. I believe I've played it before. And King Brit, prior to this, had been known for as a house DJ, but this compilation really had a versatility to it where there was some house songs, but there was also some very chill music. And I was like, okay, I could start with that just because he had already blended most of it, and it was okay for me to use that. I did use that. I don't know if it was okay, but I did use that. And then I thought at a certain point I would not use the whole thing because like I said, there was house music on it. So it was to take bits and pieces of what he did and blend it in with things that I've done. And instantly I noticed that I was trying to also mimic his production, where I saw how songs blended in with each other. And I did that a little bit with Good Morning. I've done it with all my playlists. Keep in mind, I've gone back and redone a lot of playlists so that they play like movies, or they play so seamlessly. Well, Angel was that. Angel was the reason why I went back and redid playlists, because I looked at other producers and how they were doing compilations, and I said, that's how I want to do that. So this playlist became that playlist where I perfected that crossfade, that seamless transition. And I thought, okay, well, King Brit had a bunch of artists on his albums. I can go ahead and add Adele to that, and some Janet Jackson to that, and maybe even some Soul to Soul. So you will hear a lot of different sounds in this one, just like you heard in Good Morning. And it was specifically made just to see if I can duplicate that vibe and something for you to wake up in the morning. And again, if you go back and listen to Good Morning and listen to Angel, please leave a comment in my inbox or anywhere. Just leave a comment. Let me know which one you think is better, Angel or Good Morning. Again, head over to Podomatic, take a look, take a listen. Let me know what you think about this music. Enjoy. By this time, I've really touched on a lot of different moods, and I have done I Love You, I've done I Hate You, I've done Good Morning, I've done Good Night. I have done all the different moods that I can possibly do, except I haven't really shown my sensual side. And if you follow me on Facebook, you should know by now I feel like I'm moody, because one minute it's like I love you, I hate you, fuck you, good morning, good night, mwah, kisses, whatever. And that I like speaking to different people, and I realize not everyone's life is always rainbows and butterflies. So what I thought all the time, I wanted to make something not only to get things off my chest, but things that other people can feel. And the only thing I hadn't done yet was I hadn't made a playlist that really captured my sensual side. And this was Come Smoke My Herb was my chance. What I wanted to do, though, was I wanted to pick out, again, good artists, good songs that really captured the essence of intimacy. I didn't want to really focus in on I want to fuck you or this, that, and the other, because we get enough of that nowadays. I wanted to, again, bring back that essence of yes, I want to sleep with you, but I love you at the same time. Well, I just wanted something deeper than just words felt in this music. And that inspiration came from Love Jones, which Love Jones is my favorite, all-time favorite movie, all-time favorite soundtrack. And for this playlist, it just made sense that if you're going to get sensual, you use this movie, because Love Jones is, to me, the epitome of everything that you want in a, I don't even want to call it a chick flick, but it's definitely one. It's a chick flick, but it was so good. I like it. So I had to use a Maxwell, and I used a Lorenz Tate's poem to start it off. As things progressed, I found myself digging for Christian. Christian was that group that was signed to Rockefeller, who did I Want to Get Next to You and Up in Smoke. Well, they had another song called Anything Goes, and that song right there, when I was growing up in the 90s, that song changed my whole perspective on sex. Like, I thought, okay, there's some sexy stuff out here, but that song right there got me into thinking about sex in a different way. And I don't necessarily know the words I want to use for it, but then that was when I was coming of age, and I was like, yo, I want to have sex to this song right here. Now, I've had plenty of other songs that I felt that way. Faith Evans, who made me feel like that when her first album came out, and a couple of other artists, but Christian, Anything Goes, was that song that really, like, for the summer, I couldn't get enough of, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to have sex to that song one day. There were other artists such as Gerald Levert, Jamie Foxx, Floetry, who all had very sensual music that I thought belonged on this playlist. Genuine was another artist that I felt was very good on this playlist. So I gathered those artists together, mixed in a few that I didn't think people had heard of, or people that I had just heard of, and I blended them together in this playlist. And I want people to take this. This is for you lovers, and maybe this is for you anybody's who's out there who just needed some quiet time for themselves, quiet times with your lover. I don't know, but this is that playlist that you've probably been waiting for. This is that playlist that you want to listen to Friday night. This is that playlist you want to listen to Saturday night over a glass of wine. Maybe you might want to listen to it Sunday morning before you go to church. I'm not judging. Anyway, if this catches your ear, head over to Podomatic, and again, take a look, take a listen, enjoy. Hopefully you are feeling up for one more playlist. I have something very different for you. Sweet Toffee was that playlist that I don't know exactly how it came about. I have a story to go with it. However, this was a surprise to me. Previously, the music that I have on Sweet Toffee, maybe years ago, I probably wouldn't have liked. Matter of fact, I know I wouldn't have liked this music. It was weird, I thought, and that's the best word I could use for it, because I just couldn't really see myself getting down with this music. But my job has a way of getting me stressed out from time to time, and it puts me in very stressful situations. And I needed a playlist to play or to experience to take my mind off of all the stress that I was having throughout my day. And I didn't want anything about love. I didn't want to hear anything about sex. I didn't want to hear rap music. I needed something really to just take the tension off, just really calm me down. And what I ended up doing was I was listening to Podomatic and listening to SoundCloud and Pandora, and there were these new sounds that was being suggested to me. And any other time, this music I would have skipped, I would have given it a thumbs down, but for whatever reason now I was open to it. And I kept pushing like buttons, and it kept suggesting more. And I found myself going to Amazon buying these albums of artists I knew nothing about. I didn't know where they were from. I just knew the music was considered down-tempo, electronica, acid jazz, whatever. And I was like, maybe there's something good out there that I haven't discovered yet. One in particular compilation was the Erotic Lounge compilation. I believe there's like 7 sets of disc, or 7 sets of series, and each compact disc that I bought had like 2-3 CDs in it. It would give you 20 songs per disc, and a lot of stuff were throwaways. A lot of stuff I was like, yeah, this is exactly why I don't like that music. But every now and then, there was something on there that just, it was so, it was different, and it made me so calm and relaxed. And I was like, what am I listening to? But it felt good at that moment. I'm like, I need to make a playlist of all these artists, all these songs, and these different sounds and everything. They're just so different. And I guess it worked because a couple of songs into it, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is definitely working for me. And then I wanted to also kind of work with my own experimentation or my own creativity. So in the background, you can hear the sound of a subway. And I'm from Chicago, so for me, a lot of times when I wanted to get away or when I wanted to clear my head, I would hit the subway or hit the L, put my headphones in, and just zone out and watch the buildings fly by. And that was my way of relaxing. So here I am now in this stressful environment, listening to these crazy songs that I never thought I would ever like. And then I got the sound of the subway in the background. I'm like, yo, this is really working. And an artist like Electric Wire Hustle, I believe, is another group of just 2 producers who maybe at another time I would never listen to this music before, but after just really giving it a chance, things grew on me. Now they have like 4 albums, and every single time I listen to the album, I always go, and I would go back and then listen to it again. I'm like, okay. As a matter of fact, I got a funny story. I even wrote these guys before, and I had heard a song of theirs, saw a video, and was like, yo, I got your albums, but I don't think the song is on that album. So of course, they slid me a copy of the one song that I needed, and I was like, cool. Then I went back and listened to their first album, and come to find out that song was on the first album. I just totally overlooked it. So that's a lesson here I'm trying to teach here, is that there are songs or there are music out there I think that we are closed off to because we think to ourselves, oh, that's not what I'm used to hearing, or who is that? And this was my chance to not only relax myself, and maybe in the past I've introduced people, but this was a whole new sound. And I wanted to do a whole compilation of nothing but artists who were different and open people's ears to a whole new different type of creativity and diversity. So if you are into some type of really trippy music, some really funky music, if you need to take a load off after a long day, or maybe you need something to zone out to, if you're at your desk and you're trying to type out a report real quick, this is definitely one of those lists. And I always compare it to country music and gospel music. Like, I never liked country music, but now I have like 12 to 15 songs on my library. And gospel music, I was raised listening to that, and I never thought I would listen to it, but now I have a gospel CD coming in the mail every month. So if you could take that type of theory or that type of concept and apply it to this type of music, I challenge you to listen to it. And then I challenge you to come back to it and listen to it again and see whether or not it grows on you. Or I challenge you just to find one song on here that resonates with you. And I believe that this whole playlist will really get you going, get you grooving, and just, man, if I can go to California on the beach and listen to this, or if I can actually get on a subway and listen to this, because I think this is definitely one of those playlists that if I was coming home from work and just watching the sun go down the train, this would be that playlist. So anyway, that's the vibe to this, and hopefully it catches your ear. Just challenge yourself, or just open your mind and try to take it in and see how you feel about it. And that wraps up today's video. I'm happy to get a chance to make this. I would like to really try hard to make one more video because I have 4 other playlists that I would like to tell the backstory on as well. But for today, that's it. Hopefully I've caught your ears and I've caught your attention, and you can go over to the Podomatic site take a look at some of those playlists. I've only played 12 so far, and there's like 60 total. So maybe if you go over there and take a look and you say, hey Charles, why didn't you suggest this one over here? Or, maybe Good Morning is better than Angel. I don't know. Or maybe Sweet Toffee is really weird. I don't like that. Or, Still in My Brain was really sappy. I don't know. Give me some feedback, and I hope to see you again soon. Peace.